What if I told you that some of the most iconic black celebrities have been turning heads for years? Not just for their talent, but for body parts so unusual, they've sparked rumors, fan theories, and even tabloid myths? While the world focused on their fame, charm, and chart-topping success, something about their appearance always stood out, sometimes subtly, sometimes shockingly. Ready to see the side of fame most people miss? These are 10 black celebrities with the most unusual body parts. 10. Gabriel Esteban Mondlane. Gabriel Esteban Mondlane stands over 8 feet tall, making him one of the tallest people from Mozambique and a towering figure wherever he goes. His extraordinary height initially brought ridicule and social isolation in his small village, where people weren't accustomed to seeing someone of his stature. Children would run away in fear, and adults would stare and whisper, making him feel like an outcast in his community. The practical challenges of his height were enormous, from finding clothes and shoes that fit to navigating buildings and transportation designed for average-sized people. However, Mondlane eventually discovered that his height could be an asset in sports, particularly basketball, where his natural reach and presence gave him significant advantages over other players. His athletic abilities began attracting attention from coaches and scouts who recognized his potential for professional sports. Mondlane's success in basketball transformed him from a village curiosity to a local hero, inspiring young people in Mozambique to embrace their unique qualities rather than hiding from them. His journey demonstrates how what makes us stand out from others can become the foundation for success when we learn to leverage our differences strategically and confidently in the right environments. 9. Waris Dirie. Waris Dirie's journey from a Somali nomad to international supermodel is marked by extraordinary courage and transformation. Born in the desert, she endured female genital mutilation at age 5, a traumatic experience that would later fuel her life's mission. After escaping an arranged marriage at 13, Dirie walked across the desert to Mogadishu, eventually making her way to London, where she worked as a cleaner at McDonald's. Her striking beauty caught the attention of photographer Terence Donovan, launching her modeling career with brands like Revlon and Chanel. However, Dirie's greatest achievement came when she chose to speak publicly about her childhood trauma. As a UN Special Ambassador, she transformed her painful scars into a powerful voice against female genital mutilation, helping to save countless girls worldwide. Her autobiography, Desert Flower, became a bestseller, proving that our deepest wounds can become our greatest sources of strength and purpose. 8. Zion Clark. Zion Clark was born with caudal regression syndrome, a rare condition that left him without legs from the waist down. Abandoned at birth and moving through multiple foster homes, he faced enormous challenges, both physical and emotional, throughout his childhood. Many people assumed that his condition would severely limit his potential for athletic achievement or independent living. However, Clark refused to accept these limitations and discovered wrestling, a sport where his unique body type and incredible upper body strength became significant advantages. His low center of gravity and powerful arms allowed him to dominate opponents who were initially shocked by his technique and determination. Clark became a championship wrestler in high school and college, proving that athletic excellence comes in many forms. His success on the wrestling mat opened doors to motivational speaking, where he inspires audiences with his story of overcoming adversity through determination and self-belief. Clark has also pursued careers in fitness modeling and entertainment, using his platform to change perceptions about disability and human potential. His journey from abandoned infant to competitive athlete and motivational speaker demonstrates that our greatest limitations often exist only in our minds and the assumptions of others around us. 7. Mahogany Gator. Mahogany Gator was born with a rare condition called lymphedema, which causes one part of the body to swell due to a buildup of fluid. In her case, it affected her right leg, making it much larger than the other. From the outside, people often stared. Some whispered, some laughed. Growing up, Mahogany had to deal with this constant attention, not the good kind, but the painful kind that makes you want to disappear. Kids at school made fun of her, and even adults stared like she was something out of the ordinary. To hide her legs, she wore baggy clothes and avoided things like pool parties or dances. She didn't want to be seen. Her biggest battle wasn't with her leg, it was with her self-esteem. The emotional pain ran deep. She cried in private. She stayed silent when others made comments. But deep down, she knew there had to be more to life than hiding. That moment came when she decided to post a picture of herself online, her full self, including her swollen leg. At first, she was terrified. What if people laughed again? But to her surprise, something magical happened. The world didn't reject her. It embraced her. Thousands of people were inspired by her honesty. They thanked her for being brave. They called her beautiful. Soon, fashion brands started noticing. They reached out not just because she looked unique, but because her story had power. She walked runways with her head held high, turning what was once her flaw into her biggest strength. Mahogany didn't just model clothes, she modeled confidence, strength, and self-love. Today, she's not just a successful model. She's also an advocate, speaking up about lymphedema and encouraging others to stop hiding. Her story proves something powerful. The very thing that makes you different can become the reason others look up to you. Mahogany didn't just change how people saw her, she helped them see themselves differently too. 6. Khoudia Diop. Khoudia Diop has skin so deeply dark and radiant, people often describe it as if it were carved from the night sky. But for much of her life, that same beautiful skin made her a target. Born and raised in Senegal, Khoudia grew up being called cruel names like Midnight and Darky. Some kids even told her she looked like she wasn't human. The teasing wasn't just occasional, it was every single day, and it crushed her spirit little by little. At one point, she seriously considered using skin-lightening creams just to make the bullying stop. She just wanted to blend in, to stop being too different. But that wasn't the path she was meant to walk. Everything changed when she moved to New York. There, she discovered social media, a place where she could control her own story. She started posting bold, stunning selfies, letting her deep melanin shine without filters or apologies. Her photos were striking, raw, powerful, and people noticed, millions of them. She didn't just gain followers, she gained a movement. People who once hated their skin messaged her saying, "You helped me love myself." Suddenly, fashion brands from all over the world came knocking, wanting the woman who broke every mold. Today, Khoudia walks runways across the globe and speaks to young girls about self-love, confidence, and the power of owning your identity. She turned every insult into fuel and every stare into applause. Her message is loud and clear. Don't dim your light just because others can't handle the brightness. Khoudia Diop didn't change to fit the world, she changed the way the world sees beauty. 5. Double Dick Dude, John. John, known online as Double Dick Dude, was born with diphalia, an extremely rare condition where a person is born with two penises. This condition affects only 1 in every 5.5 million births, making John's openness about his situation particularly remarkable. For years, he kept his condition secret, fearing judgment and ridicule from others. However, when he decided to share his story on Reddit, the response was overwhelmingly positive, with millions of people showing support and curiosity rather than mockery. John discovered that his willingness to discuss his unique anatomy helped break down stigmas around genital differences and sexual diversity. He wrote a book about his experiences and became an unexpected advocate for body acceptance and sexual health education. His story challenges conventional ideas about masculinity and normalcy, proving that even the most unusual physical differences can be embraced with confidence. John's journey from secrecy to openness has inspired countless others to accept their bodies, regardless of how they differ from societal norms. 4. Joseph Williams. Joseph Williams was born with otofacial syndrome, a rare condition that left him without a lower jaw. From the moment he entered the world, he looked different, and the world never let him forget it. He couldn't speak, he couldn't eat like other kids, and when he walked down the street, people stared, whispered, and sometimes pointed. As a child, Joseph felt invisible in all the wrong ways, seen only for what he lacked. He couldn't join in on conversations at school or answer questions out loud, but what he lacked in speech, he made up for in spirit. Joseph learned to communicate through sign language, body language, and later, even through writing. He refused to sit silently on the sidelines of life. What changed everything for him was his love of music. While most people assumed that someone who couldn't speak would never find an entertainment place, Joseph had other plans. He dove headfirst into the world of DJing, learning every beat, every mix, every technical detail. At first, clubs and event managers were skeptical. How could someone like him control the energy of a crowd, they asked. But the first time Joseph took control of the DJ booth, something magical happened. The beats dropped, the crowd moved, and suddenly, no one was thinking about the way he looked. They were feeling the music, and Joseph was the one making them feel it. He used hand signals, flashing lights, and powerful facial expressions to hype the crowd. His presence was magnetic. Clients who once doubted him started lining up to hire him. More importantly, other people with facial differences began to see what was possible. Joseph Williams didn't just become a successful DJ. He became a symbol that communication isn't limited to words. That connection isn't about having a perfect face or a perfect voice. It's about heart, energy, and passion. And in every beat he drops, Joseph proves that silence can still speak volumes. 3. Mechi-Alante Lucky. Mechi-Alante Lucky possesses heterochromia, a rare condition that gives him two distinctly different colored eyes, one brown and one green. This striking feature, combined with his troubled past involving homelessness and addiction, created a unique story of redemption and transformation. Growing up, his different colored eyes made him stand out, sometimes attracting unwanted attention and contributing to his feelings of being an outsider. His life took a dark turn as he struggled with substance abuse and found himself living on the streets, seemingly far from any path to success. However, a chance encounter with a photographer changed everything when they recognized the captivating quality of his unusual eyes. His heterochromia, which had once made him feel different and isolated, became his ticket to a modeling career that would transform his entire life. Lucky's unique eyes began appearing in fashion magazines and advertising campaigns, with photographers drawn to the mesmerizing effect of his mismatched gaze. His success in modeling provided the stability and purpose he needed to overcome his addiction and rebuild his life. Today, he uses his platform to inspire others who are struggling, proving that our perceived flaws can become our greatest strengths. 2. Stan Larkin. Stan Larkin lived an extraordinary 555 days without a human heart, relying on an artificial heart device that he carried in a backpack everywhere he went. Born with a rare heart condition, he faced the possibility of death until receiving the artificial heart that would keep him alive while waiting for a transplant. Rather than treating this as a limitation, Larkin embraced life with remarkable enthusiasm and determination. He continued playing basketball, maintaining his fitness routine, and living as normally as possible despite carrying the 13.5-pound device that pumped his blood. His positive attitude and refusal to be defined by his medical condition inspired everyone around him. Larkin's story gained national attention as people marveled at his resilience and zest for life. When he finally received a heart transplant, his gratitude and perspective on life touched millions of people. His experience demonstrates the incredible advances in medical technology and the power of maintaining hope during seemingly impossible circumstances. Larkin's journey proves that life's value isn't measured by the challenges we face, but by how we choose to face them with courage and optimism. 1. Richard Sandrak, Little Hercules. Richard Sandrak became famous as Little Hercules, developing extreme muscle mass and strength as a young child through intensive training that created a physique resembling a miniature adult bodybuilder. His father pushed him through grueling workout routines and strict dietary regimens that transformed his small body into a muscle-bound spectacle that amazed and concerned observers worldwide. While his incredible physique brought fame and media attention, it also raised serious questions about the physical and psychological pressure placed on such a young child. Sandrak could perform feats of strength that seemed impossible for someone his age, including lifting weights that challenged grown men. However, as he grew older, the intense focus on his physical development began to take a toll on his mental health and social development. The pressure to maintain his extraordinary physique and the constant public scrutiny became overwhelming, leading him to step away from bodybuilding and competitive fitness. Today, Sandrak has reclaimed his childhood and found balance, working as a stuntman and martial artist while maintaining a more normal relationship with fitness and body image. His story serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of allowing children to develop naturally while also demonstrating the remarkable potential of human physical development. So, what do you think? Do these unique traits make these celebrities even more fascinating? Which one surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this peek behind the spotlight. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the wildest stories about your favorite stars.